welcome back to another episode of Pretty Petty the Podcast. I'm your host, Tito Alvin, and in this podcast, we will talk about the hottest topics, trending issues, and everything pretty and petty. Kung first time mo dito, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button and the notification bell para notified ka sa mga bagong episodes. And kung sa Spotify ka naman nakikinig, you can follow our podcast sa Spotify by going back to the main page, then click nyo lang yung follow button. You may also follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and in TikTok by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screen. Now, the past couple of weeks, the province of Cebu has been making waves, pero hindi yung beach kind ng waves. After days of heavy rain, binaha ng bonggang-bongga ang ilang parts ng Cebu at binaha din ang social media ng iba't ibang opinions. And right in the middle of it all is just one name, Slater Young. The engineer, influencer, and the man behind the luxury hillside project, The Rise at Monterrazas. But before we dive into the drama, let's get one thing clear. Itong episode na to, it isn't about blaming anyone. We're here to understand how development, progress, and maybe a little bit of deforestation all mixed together will create one big watery mess. So, grab your umbrellas mga ka-pretty petty because today, we're asking the big question. Is progress worth the flood? Okay, so iset natin yung scene, no? Cebu got hit with super heavy rain recently mula kay Bagyong Tino hanggang dumating si Bagyong Uwan. And because of the continuous rainfall, maraming barangay sa Cebu ang lumubog sa baha, which caused a lot of damage and unfortunately cost the lives of some people as well. Hindi man bago yung kwento ng pagbaha dyan sa Cebu, no? Kahit noon pa man, binabaha na sila dyan sa Cebu. Pero iba yung nangyari ngayon eh. Mas grabe, mas malala, and people online were quick to start pointing fingers, kanya-kanyang turo na. So, sino or ano ba talaga ang naging cause ng matinding pagbaha dyan sa Cebu? Pero bago tayo mag-blame game, no, let's be real. Yung pagbaha, flooding isn't just caused by one single thing. It's usually a mix of urban planning, land development, and syempre, deforestation. And since nabanggit na natin yung development, dyan natin papasok ang The Rise at Monterrazas. Ito yung luxury hillside project that went viral kamakailan lang. Hindi kasi dahil sa ganda or sa posh factor, pero kasi maraming netizens started asking questions. Did clearing this area of this hill made the flood worse? Or did building on the hillside change the movement of the water? Again, wala pang official statement na sinasabi na ito ang sanhi ng baha, no? Pero people are asking and parang logical naman yung question kasi kinalbong bundok, samahan mo ng construction, tapos dagdagan mo ng heavy rains, that's a recipe for a disastrous flood. So, mga ka-pretty petty, it's not just about the flood itself. It's about why it got so bad and paano ang development and environment choices natin magko-contribute sa ganitong klaseng mess. Pag-usapan naman natin yung development ng The Rise at Monterrazas, yung luxury hillside project ni Slater Young. Alam natin na hillside developments are usually attractive for posh living kasi magandang view, may privacy, andun yung quote-unquote exclusive vibes, no? Makikita mo naman sa design ng property eh. Maganda kung sa maganda. Actually, sobrang ganda, di ba? Based dun sa mga vlogs na nakita natin in the past. Pero syempre, hindi lahat perfect sa mata ng mga netizens. During the initial stages of this property, reportedly may mga issues na agad. Issues like slope stability concerns kasi medyo steep yung terrain. Andyan din yung mga environmental worries kasi apparently local officials allegedly raised red flags about clearing parts of the mountain kung saan itatayo itong Monterrazas. Also, there were community pushback Some locals were concerned na baka makaapekto sa water flow or magdulot ng landslide kapag may mga heavy rains. And as the project moved forward, netizens started questioning the impact of the project on flooding, especially ngayon that Cebu experienced heavy rains. And of course, no, yung social media silence ni Slater didn't help. Slater Young hasn't said much publicly while the issue is ongoing. And some are saying, no, allegedly, okay, di umano, may mga videos na lumabas, no, that he left the Philippines during this whole mess. Again, ulitin ko, allegedly. Some says that he left days before all of these things happened, kaya hindi siya pwede i-consider na nagtatago. But I guess, no, we will never know. Again, we're not saying na si Slater Young ang nag-cause ng mga baha dyan. A lot of people are just saying that this project contributed to the flooding sa Cebu. And since the rise at Monterrazas is highly advertised by Slater Young in his social media accounts, we can't blame the people to easily point their fingers to this project. Also, after ng investigations ng DENR, they also found out that this property of the rise at Monterrazas has several violations. So again, hindi natin maiiwasan na sisihin ng tao ang project na ito. Pero to be fair naman kay Slater Young, no, sinabi din naman niya sa mga vlogs niya before na may mga studies silang ginawa during the initial phase of the development, during the initial phase of the construction. May mga innovations silang binanggit tulad ng mga catch basin sa ilalim ng property na pwedeng mag-collect ng tubig ulan para ma-irrigate yung mga puno and yung mga greenery sa property. I'm leaning towards believing that. Kasi yung mga buildings ngayon, may mga building code yan na kailangan sundin ng mga engineers when they build the property. At siguradong dumaan naman yan sa masusing studies. But the question is, how accurate were these studies? Were they able to factor in all of the possibilities? Meron bang miscalculations na nangyari? Were there instances of relaxed enforcement by the government? No, yan yung mga tanong na gustong sagutin ng mga tao eh. Pero unfortunately, the people involved chose to be silent. So, habang pinag-uusapan natin yung Monterrazas, it's important na mag-zoom out tayo sa sitwasyon. Kasi the bigger issue dito is, it's not just about one luxury hillside project eh. The main culprit behind these crazy floods is deforestation. Isipin nyo to, yung mga puno, they catch the rainwater. They absorb the water, they keep the soil from sliding down the mountains. Tapos, pag tinanggal mo yung mga punong yan, especially sa mga steep areas, lahat ng tubig, diretso yan sa baba, kung saan usually nakatira ang mga tao. Cebu is not the only example. Ito lang, huling bagyo, bagyong Uwan. It is a super typhoon. Sobrang laki ng area niya na kaya niyang, nabalot niya ang buong Pilipinas. Kaya nga, lahat tayo super prepared, di ba? Pero Sierra Madre literally took the hit for us. Apart from weakening the strength of the typhoon, mountains full of trees absorbed a lot of water and prevented worse flooding in the nearby areas. Proof that nature can actually protect us if we let it. Ngayon, imagine niyo, yung mga hillside projects na yan, no? Yung mga mining, mga quarries, mga deforestation, all of these combined, it's just one thing on top of another that nature has no other choice para gumante. Gets nyo ba? Sinira mo, gaganti sa atin yan. So, mga ka-pretty petty, for sure, madaling i-zoom in sa isang project or sa isang tao at mag-point ng fingers eh. And in some ways, dapat naman talaga may accountability ang mga taong to. Pero the bigger picture is, nature will always has the last say. Yung mga developments, no matter how posh or how engineered or kung gaano kadaming innovations pa nang gawin nila, may limit lang kung gaano kalaki ang kaya nilang kontrolin. Kaya nga, dito nagsisimula yung shift ng conversation eh. Let's hold people accountable, pero let's also start talking about sustainable planning and how can we protect the environment. Kasi hanggang hindi natin ipaprioritize ang environment, yung baha, And yung mga similar disasters, malamang uulit at uulit lang yan. So, ano ba ang takeaway natin dito? Simple lang, pero napaka-importante. Yung mga development, progress, or luxury living can't be separated from nature. We can always speculate kung sino ba talaga ang may kasalanan sa mga bahangyan. May it be the developers, planners, even the government. But at the end of the day, nature will always have the last say. This isn't about canceling anyone or a famous personality or spreading unnecessary shade. It's about awareness. It is about starting the conversation. How do we build responsibly? How do we make sure that progress and urban growth don't come at the expense of our nature and community safety? And yes, let's ask questions. Let's hold people accountable. But at the same time, let's also ask the bigger questions. Are we caring enough for our environment? Are we planning sustainably? Kasi hanggang hindi natin sineseryoso to, floods like this will just keep on happening. So, mga ka-Pretty Petty, let's all remember na progress is nice. Pero kung hindi natin ipaprioritize ang nature, always may kapalit yan. At kadalasan, yung kapalit niyan, hindi maganda. Alright, so again, thank you so much for joining me in this episode. Please don't forget to like and share this episode, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our podcast on Spotify. Malapit na tayong mag 1,000 subscribers dito sa YouTube, so please go ahead and click on that subscribe button kung hindi ka pa nakasubscribe. Also, follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and in TikTok by going to the link you see at the bottom of your screen, or just go to linktr.ee/prettypettythepodcast. If you're a brand looking for partnership and collaboration, please send me an email at prettypettythepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, lagi nating tatandaan to always stay pretty at huwag maging petty. Bye!